or the first time they put tights, white tights on my little girl when she's about 8 months old or so. Put some tights on her, a little white dress. I got all dizzy. There's something about little girls. If you got a daughter, you know what I'm talking about. They know how to play you, man. They know how to play you. And you know it. You know they're playing you. You can't do anything about it. This came from my daughter right here. Premature gray. She used to warn her dates. My dad's going to scare you. He's kind of scary. So are my brothers. But if you can't stand up to them, you can't be my boyfriend because I'm stronger than they are. She kind of was the toughest of all all kids, of our kids. She's the first one that was a juvenile delinquent in my church. They kicked her out of the nursery when she was in the nursery because she would bite kids on the face. That goes well. You got a visitor coming to church, and the pastor's little girl bites the face off their son. That was good. So she got kicked out. First kid ever got kicked out in our church. Excommunicated. 8 months old. Or 2 years old. That's the only way she could win it with her daughter, with her brothers, was bite him. Or one time she almost killed Nick. Nick had his head out the window, so she rolled the window up, the automatic window up on his neck. She's choking to death. Yeah. And my daughter was the first one to get kicked out of church. Almost went to jail when she was 8 or 9 for almost killing her brother. Fun times. Fun times. There's one time when we did this thing to grow our church. And it's called This Phone's For You, and you get your whole church to get together and call like 30,000 people up and invite them to church. And six weeks from the project, you know, each week you're doing something different to get these people to church. And then the Super Sunday comes and you feed everybody and you make the best showing you can, make sure they think you're cool, and you know, maybe they'll come back to church, right? We did that. Next Sunday we treated everybody to a tri-tip and baked beans and all kinds of, just big deal. Had about 500 people. About 100, 200 people came from the project. They're all there. So everybody decided I needed to look modern. I wore a Hawaiian shirt, white pants, white shoes. I looked like the cross between the dude on Miami Vice, Santa Claus, and Don Ho. So, you know, I'm looking seeker friendly. I'm doing the seeker friendly thing. We're not a seeker friendly church, but this was what we were doing at the time. Kissing babies, saying hello to everybody. So at the end of the service, everybody goes outside. We've got all these tables set up, tri-tip galore, all kinds of food. They're all sitting out there in the lawn, and then facing the building are 2 women's and men's bathrooms. And I go out there, and deacon number 1 comes up to me, hands me about 50 of these ginormous balloons with bunny rabbit heads inside of them. Gives me these balloons. I'm barely keeping on the ground. I mean, this big. Bunny rabbit heads inside of them. And I'm going around each table being a politician, hugging babies, shaking hands, doing the thing. When deacon number 2 comes up and says, Pastor, I need you to follow me for a minute. Okay, so I'm walking with these balloons barely on the ground, right? He takes me up to the men's bathroom and he says, Pastor, you need to go into the bathroom and zip up your zipper. Your zipper's down. This is in front of 500 people. So I try to turn and zip it up discreetly right there. I take the hand holding the balloon strings, go down to hold my pants while I zip the zipper up, and I zip the zipper up into the balloon strings, and then it welds shut. So now I'm doing a pelvic thrust to the heavens because the balloons are pulling my pants up by the zipper. This is a big day right here. I'm saying, man, do something. Cut the string or do something so I can get in the bathroom and take care of this. Deacon number 1 comes up, and he has a knife, but instead of cutting the strings, he starts popping the balloons. He's popping these balloons, which causes everybody to look where I'm at, with my zipper pointing up into the air. People are hiding their children's eyes. They're doing all this other. They finally popped the balloons. I pulled myself into the bathroom and took care of it. I think we ended up scoring 2 or 3 people that came back to church off of that enormous event. I learned a mighty lesson. I don't know what it is, but I know I learned something. I've never worn white pants again with white shoes and a Hawaiian shirt. That's for dang sure. And in spite of all that, we still grew. I think people come off the sheer novelty. Tell you the truth. So top that, Chris. Top that, Brian. Top that, clandestine. Top that, brother of the briar. And about 19 other pastors that watch this. Pipe Padre, top that. It's about 65 degrees here in Fresno today. Never had to get much of a winter. I'm sure glad that I spent $300 on a cord and a half of wood I can't burn in California. No burn days all through winter. Fresno's like a bowl, and San Francisco flushes its smog down the toilet right over to us. And so the wind blows from San Francisco, blows all that smog from them and Oakland everywhere, blows it into the valley here, San Joaquin Valley. And so we have a lot of asthma, a lot of bronchitis. The air quality can be pretty bad. So when the air quality is bad in the paper, it'll say it's a no burn day. I understand that, but it's just another way that we become a nanny state, I think. This pipe is not even halfway done. Smoking like a charm. Isn't he a beauty? What do you think about that pipe? What do you think about a stem like that? Unusual, huh? Well, I hope I made you laugh. I certainly made those other people laugh or cry. Now I got to go back in and continue taking down the decorations. It'll take us 3 days. It fills up my whole garage, rafters. Then we got a dark, cold house until, well, I'll take Sujay out for dinner on St. Valentine's Day, and we'll probably have our traditional Irish corned beef and cabbage dinner over here for St. Patty's Day. Other than that, we'll be in Lent. A season of fasting. You know, I don't know why they call it fasting, because it's never fast. They should call it slowing. Because if you've ever fasted, one time I fasted for 40 days during Lent, the whole period with just water. That's all I could, because anything else and I get diarrhea, so I just have water for 40 days. And it was like 40 years. It was not fast. Why they call it fasting, I don't know, because there ain't nothing fast about fasting. And I'm writing a book, a series of booklets now on Lent called Drawing Near, for those people that want to join us, and for some of you for the first time, observe Lent. If you're interested in those booklets, you need to let me know. I think there'll be 7 of them, like the Advent devotionals, and I think they're going to be a couple of bucks each, I think. So if you can afford a couple of bucks each, get them, or else I think they'll also be on our church's website, thelegacychurch.net. I'll probably post them each day on my Facebook page and my author's page. In case you're interested and you want to be a paying customer, let me know. So far today, I put up my Santas and put up my creche, my nativity set.